Welcome to this video. Welcome to a tutorial on how to make screenshots and video footage in the Course Designer in PGA Tour 2K23. I'm going to show you how you can make nice looking photos and videos in the PC version of the game. But I do realize that there's a lot of people playing and designing on PlayStation and on Xbox, and I used to make my videos and screenshots on PlayStation, and there's a way to do it on those platforms too. You have less freedom, you don't get the really nice shots, but you can still work around the quirkiness of the game in that sense, and create something to promote your courses. So I'll just get some music going and let's dive into this. So first of all, this is my newest course. It's called The Dutch Lowlands. I just published it. And hey, Go Bluebread, how are you doing? So we are recording this live on Twitch to allow some people to ask questions. So first of all, let's dive into making screenshots. If you're on PC, you have the option to, let's first play hole 1. You have the option to press F10, and then you get into this really nice free cam function that is on PC. How many willows are there on this course? Charlie, I will show you both of them. There's one there, you can see it. It's right there. There's one. And for anyone who doesn't know Charlie had kind of a love-hate relation with willows, or actually just a hate relation. And then there's this one on 18. That I put right in your way. So it's not just eye candy, but it also presents you with a strategic challenge on the last hole. Anyway, you can see how free I am. 100% freedom with this camera. I can go anywhere. I can zoom out, I can zoom in. If I go into the camera settings, field of view, I can go really wild here, which makes no sense at all. And I can zoom in all the way to take a nice close-up of that grass that's there. Well, it's the standard is 45 here. So let's dive into screenshots first. What you want to do, if you are new in the PC Designer, is go to screenshot settings first. It will give you, I think, 180 by 180 standard. You want to change that. So the width needs to go to 1920 and the height needs to go to 1080, sorry. Change that, set it to either PNG or JPEG, whatever you want. TGA, I don't know. Never used that. I usually do JPEG. Then you have camera settings, which allows you to change the field of view. Like I just said, near clip plane, I never really used. Don't know what it's for. Then let's go to the first screen here. There we go. So let's say I want to take a little bit more of a close-up of this green. Put those bunkers in the frame right there. But I actually want it to look a little more zoomed in. So I set the field of view to 8. Now, what do I have here? I'm a photographer in real life. When I zoom in like this, the field of depth of field, I should say, gets smaller. So there's the background actually should be blurry here. So what I then do is I change focal length. And then I change the aperture. If you're not into photography, these phrases will not make much sense to you, but go to a low number in aperture, a high number in focal length, and then adjust the focal distance. You see when I change this that the background will start to become blurry. Now I don't go particularly wild on this usually because it's a little more difficult than in 2K21, and actually you can see here that the blurriness doesn't look really good. So I'm not gonna go with this anyway. I just wanted to show you this. You can do this. It's actually DR as in Daniel Ramans, but yeah, no, I cannot cure any severe cases of anything, unfortunately. I want to reset this because I didn't like the look of that. So I usually don't go like I don't zoom in that much because the game doesn't really work well with that, and you want to create overview pictures anyway. So I can zoom in a little bit. I usually go to around 20. That's the most zoomed in I will go. And if you zoom out, I will probably go to 55, 60 in some cases. That will give them a really nice wide angle look. For instance, I took one shot over here. And if you want to emphasize the how wide the course looks, you can go a little wider than this. Obviously, when you're zoomed out like this, hey Lost Souls, how you doing? If you're zoomed out like this, your depth of field, in photography terms again, would be large. So there's more in the picture will be sharp from close to the camera to far away. So don't play around with this focus distance, aperture, focal length anyway. Because yeah, you don't need that. F11 makes that menu disappear. Then there's this annoying little mouse indicator that I always pull down into the corner of the screen, and then I just tuck the controller back a little bit, and then the mouse thingy disappears. So now I'm on Windows PC, obviously. I press the Windows sign and print screen, the buttons on my keyboard, and there's the picture. Now I took the picture and it's in my I don't know where it is actually. Let's take a look where it is. Let's see. So I have a folder which says schermopnamen, which is screenshots. So it's this PC/screenshots. That's where it's supposed to be. Right. Going back to the game. So that is on PC. Obviously, it's very easy to take screenshots. What is not easy is how do you frame your pictures. So that I want to briefly go into that too. If I want to take a picture of this hole from the back tee here, you can do this. Oh, by the way, if you want your golfer to disappear, go into game settings, show player, show ball, show putting grid, turn all those off, then you get a clean look of a golf course or a golf hole without all that crap. So I could take a picture of the hole from here, right? I can do that. Looks kind of okay. But it doesn't show me a whole lot. It shows me tee boxes. It shows me that there's a little starter house right there, and there's a cart. Well, blah, blah, blah. There's some trees, but what do I show people when I take pictures of my course? Maybe I should zoom in a little bit, or let's take a look. What happens when I move the camera up a little bit? Then all of a sudden it starts showing all these bunkers here, and maybe that was not the best angle actually. Maybe the hole presents itself for the picture, right? Presents itself better from this angle. And maybe I zoom in a little bit, go to 30 perhaps. What do I want to show? And this is in photography terms again. There's two questions I always ask myself. What do I want to show, and what do I not want to show? What do I want to hide? If I go all the way up, people get to see more of the hole, but they also, if I frame it like this, get to see all of that background that's not necessarily interesting. Takes up a lot of the screen. Well, not a lot, but it takes up a part of the screen, and it's not contributing to the prettiness of the picture. So I usually go down a little more and just go around. You buy the PC version to do your design work then. Yes, you could do that. I actually did that. But we're going into PS4 and Xbox in a minute. So what I just want to say with this is move around a little bit. Look at the best angles. From what angle, in which direction do you show people what you want them to see? We could also go in this direction. I could also reset, and because we were at zoomed in at 30. This could be a nice frame. It shows the hole right there. It shows the clubhouse right there. Think about the rule of thirds. So divide up this screen in thirds. So horizontally, draw an imaginary line there, draw an imaginary line there, draw one there, and draw one there. And then consider where your subject is. The clubhouse, obviously, you want to draw the eye to the clubhouse. If I put that right in the middle of the frame, it's not interesting for people to look at. The eye is trained to look for interesting things outside of that middle part. So this feels like a much more natural composition. It's on the right third of the screen on this line. It's on the top of those two lines, horizontal lines that I drew. So it's right there on that little crossroads of those two lines. Perfect placement. These two bunkers, look where they are. They're somewhere around that little point where those two lines actually cross each other. And then there's this line right there, that tree line, and also the line that the water follows here. Those two are parallel to each other. This line right there draws the eye into the picture. This leads the eye towards the clubhouse that is the main subject here. Contrary to that, this line, the water line here, leads the eye from there. If you're over there with your eye, this leads your eye towards the green section here. So consider that in each picture that you make. If I go back here, I can put this right in the middle, but is that interesting? I could also put it on that bottom line here. So bottom third is that green. Top third is horizon. I usually put my horizon either on the top third or in the bottom third. For this game, I'd always recommend to use the top third because all that's interesting to look at is probably probably wanted to take up the most of the pictures, right? I basically apply that to any picture that I take. You will rarely see the horizon there. It's usually in the top section of the frame. All right. So now, sorry. Post terrible pics taken from your phone and design will be so disgusted he takes them for you. Yes, that is another way you can go about it. Go Blue Rat. I don't have the time to do that for everyone, but some people will get those. So there's another way, if you're not on PC, that you can take nice pictures. If you're playing a course, go into settings, display in HUD, turn whole information off, mini scorecard off, wind meter off, light club off. You're getting the picture here, right? Ball labels off, shot feedback off, flag marker off, distance info position off, everything needs to be turned off. Look at that. Oh, there's still an aim marker there. We need to turn that off too. Going to difficulty. Aim marker. Oh, scout camera. Scout camera UI off. And then where is that aim marker? Off. All right. There we go. We're playing the course and there's no HUD. Nothing to obscure our vision. And now when I use Scout Cam, I can go basically in any... Oh. Hopefully that'll disappear. Please disappear. Okay, we'll go back. All right, there you go again. I'm not as free as I was in that free cam. I cannot zoom, but I am able to fly around this course in the vicinity of where I'm playing right now. And I can still take pretty okay pictures here. I can actually go back a little bit. I could even club down and try and capture all of these bunkers. Screenshot. Yes, Coot, there is that way too. But I also wanted to show you this, because if you have already published your course, this is a very good way to do this. And also, if you're using that option, Scoot, that you are now talking about, when you move the camera around, it moves around like in the course designer. And if you move the camera forward and you have a course that is undulated, when you move the course over a little hill or a little dip or whatever undulation is there, the camera will actually move up and move down, and that looks really that doesn't look smooth. So when you're making videos of your course, you want smooth camera movement. Scotty Walnuts, thanks for the follow. So let's say I wanna create this like a little bit of a drone shot here. Let's go back to driver. I wanna make a drone shot here. So I'm in the Scout Cam, and I'll just move the aim marker forward a little bit. So this takes. I used to do this with 2 thumbs because you need to press the stick forward just a tiny little bit. And this takes a little bit of getting used to. This is way too fast. When I really got the hang of this on PlayStation, I was able to move the camera forward so nice and slow. Oh, you can see I don't really know how to do this anymore, but you can get some smooth camera movement here if you're able to just push it. There we go. Goes really fast, really quick. So you can go that way. What you can also do is just move sideways. Oh, I lost my touch here. Oh, this was so... Oh, yeah. No, it's too fast again. So it takes a lot of time to get the shots right, but you get the idea. Oh, and there we go, up and down again. What I also used to do is, if you just take your shot here. Oh. Stay dry, please. Thank you. Obviously, you're not able to turn... Oh, you can actually turn off the green grids as well. You just go into True Sim mode, basically. We'll do that, actually. Green grid off. What I also used to do was just make these shots where you turn the camera around a little bit. So let's see if I can find a way to do this smoothly again. That's all way too fast. Okay, so my controller is not allowing me to do this as smoothly anymore, but I used to be able to do this on PlayStation very well. Just do very tiny bit, move the stick a little bit left. And I was able to create these shots. I can actually show you some videos of the shots that I used to take on PS4. I need to go into Facebook for that. And go to Greenskeepers Collective. Alright. Let me switch scenes. Wait. Internet. There we go. Okay, so we go to Greenskeepers Collective. It's a group of designers that I used to belong to, and I made a lot of videos way back then. Let's see if we can find some. Is it in photos? Albums, photos? No. Videos. Where are the videos? Well, let's just scroll through the timeline then. Go back to when I was using PS4 to make videos. And that was... here, for instance. Let's hope the quality gets a little better. This was all shot on PS4. and a lot of shots that I took with the Scout Cam. And it will take a lot of practice to get it right. And if you combine different types of shots, you can create a little story there. That's always really important when you make a video, is that you think of a story that you want to tell. Do not just show random shots of your course, but actually think of what you want to tell with that story. What does the course look like? What's the surroundings that you're in? That always dictates what type of music you're using, what type of shots you're making. Let's take a look. Here's a course by Tyson. Use the same technique on that. Here you can see how smoothly and slowly I could move the camera left. And even though the camera movements are really restricted, you can still create some cool stuff. The greens on this course still give me nightmares. Yeah, Tyson has a pronounced style. I actually like his courses. I like his creativity. I know some people hate it. Anyway, that is some of the stuff that I made using the PS4. I actually still think the shots look good. So let's go back into the designer. Obviously, when you do this, you need to find a way to record your gameplay. Well, I think most of us know a way to do that on PlayStation. You can just record your rounds, so you can just turn it on. Start creating cool stuff. You'll have to be patient. You'll have to try that same shot 8, 9, 10 times over to get the right camera movement and the right angle and everything. But if you want to promote your courses with video, I think it's worth it, and I think it's actually a really fun extra thing to do when you're done with a course design. Make it look good. Make it look even better than, when you do it, this sounds a little bit weird, but if you make a really good course, you can even create a video that looks much better than the course looks in the game, which sounds almost like you're ripping people off, right? You're presenting something that in a way that's even more beautiful than it actually is when you play it. But hey, that's what we do in photography and videography in real life too. I'm a marketing professional. If we go to a course, we always go there in the morning because we get the nice lighting and we have the course look at its best. If you go there at noon, the course looks different. It's the same in the game, if it's up to me. I never shy away from making the course look even a little bit more prettier in videos and in screenshots than most people will experience it. So that is how you do this with all the restrictions on PlayStation and Xbox. It takes a lot of patience, and you will fail 7, 8 times making that one shot. But if you have that shot envisioned and you get it to work at some point, it feels really good. I always like to work with restrictions. Now, why did I switch to PC? Because eventually you want to have the best tools. And believe me, I still run into restrictions using the PC to design and to create screenshots and videos. I'm going to turn all that HUD stuff back on later. I'll play the course again. I'll turn the music back on. Now let's dive into what you can do using the PC version. I'll turn player off, turn ball off, turn putting grid off. This is new in 2K23. I used to, so in 2K21, I had a lot more freedom than I had in on PC than on PS4. You cannot see my hands, but when I do camera movement in the free cam, I don't just pull the stick back and forth and to the side and use the other stick to Adobe Premiere. I don't use Adobe Premiere, actually. I use Final Cut Pro, Brooks. So if I want smooth camera movement, and it depends on what type of shot you're taking, but I use the left trigger button. It's called... What's it called on my PS5 controller? L2, I think. The L2 button. Because that slows... You can see I'm pressing it now. Release, press, release, press. It slows down the camera movement. R2 speeds it up. So when I move from place to place, I use R2... Not R2D2, but the R2 button to move around quickly. And I use L1 and R1 to move the camera up and down. Good, so those are the basic movements. And the right stick is for direction, left stick is for movement. All right, so let's this is what I used to do in 2K21. I could go over this hole, fly over the hole, and or do it a little quicker if I want. Everything I do, and I'm not doing it really well, but everything I should do when I take a shot like this is to make sure that the camera movement is as smooth as possible. So I'm moving forward. I need to keep moving forward in that direction. If I suddenly change direction, you can see how not smooth the movement suddenly looks. Same goes with using the left and the right stick at the same time. If I choose a certain movement, I need to stick with it, because if I stop it, it will be a very sudden stop. Now this is how I used to make the course videos in 2K21, and it gave me so much more freedom. But now in 2K23, I'll go back into the menu. There's this added function, the dolly settings, and this is really where it really became fun to make the videos. This sets waypoints, and you can move the camera from waypoint to waypoint. And this is all I use right now. I actually do create other shots as well, but the majority of the shots that you will see in my videos now are with these waypoints. So let's say I want to start right here. I add a waypoint here. Then I move to maybe here. Add another waypoint. I can set the dolly speed. I don't know what it'll do, but let's start the dolly. See what it does. So I don't need to tire my thumbs. This is all automatic. Too slow? Okay. Set the dolly speed to 16. Stop the dolly, start the dolly again, see if it's what I want. I'm doing this all this with the menu still on. Eventually I want the menu to be gone, obviously, because otherwise it doesn't look good. That's okay. That's okay. It's the shot is too long to use. This is only on PC, Brooks. So yeah, you might as well tune out right now. This is where we really go wild with all the possibilities that we have on PC now. No, please stay in. Please stay. I like it if you're in chat. Maybe even a little faster. Start dolly. Okay, stop dolly. Now, I want the menu to be gone, so I press F11 again. I make the little mouse thingy disappear. Now, F6 triggers this dolly to start. And I press it again, and then it stops, but there we go. Really nice shot. Okay. Stop it again. Yeah, sorry, Brooks. Remember those shots that I showed you where we move around the greens like this? It's actually pretty smooth right now. I'm getting better at it again. But obviously, there's a better way to do this at the moment. I just reset the waypoints, add a waypoint there. Add another one there. Might be too quick, way too quick. We want it to be slow. So the camera will move and turn, and this still takes a few attempts to get it right, because right now, halfway through the shot, right here, halfway through the shot, here, I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm seeing too much green, but not a whole lot of context. So what I'm actually going to do is reset the waypoints and start this a little further away from the green. Maybe I wanted to move around that tree right there. We'll start the dolly. And maybe stop it right here. I didn't add a waypoint there, did I? No. Add waypoint. Move to where I wanted to stop, which is right there. I think that will be okay. Add another one. Start the dolly. Oh, there you go. I really always make sure that we're not like moving the camera through a tree, because that looks stupid and it's not realistic. But we're using this tree as kind of a framing device right now. It's in the frame the whole time. It obscures the view to the green at right in the middle of this camera movement. And it creates this really, really nice three-dimensional effect. It helps us appreciate the depth of this image right here. And that is another thing, and that's also in when you're designing, but especially when you're making screenshots or videos of your courses. Think about framing and layering, different layers in this shot here. I'll get rid of the menu and trigger it again. So look at now, concentrate on that tree. That tree is your front layer. And its function is to tell your eyes what's in front and what's behind it. Sounds really simple, right? Now concentrate on those buildings in the background. That's another layer. And the tree in front and those buildings and trees in the background, combined, They tell you what's in the middle. Still sounds really straightforward. And what's in the middle is actually your subject. So you're helping your eyes, or anyone's eyes, anyone who's looking at this, you're helping the eye to determine what is it that we're looking at. All right, Lasso, see you later. Thanks for sticking around. And that is basically what you're doing when you're creating video shots, when you're creating screenshots, also when you're creating courses. The framing is so important. There's nothing worse than a hole that doesn't tell you where to look, right? So especially on par 3 holes, if it's all like a green football field in front of you, you get lost, the eye gets lost. So use framing, use trees on the left and the right, or use little hills on the left and the right, little bushes, whatever you can do to lead the eye to where you want it to be. Oppositely, you can also use it to distract people. You can frame a hole in such a way that people's eyes will get disturbed a little bit by what they're seeing. For instance, and I know some people will really hate the fact that I put it there, but that tree right there, if you're right in the middle of this fairway, you're absolutely going to hate that tree. If you're on the left, it frames your second shot on the right side. If you're to the right here, it will frame your shot on the left side. So both in course design as in taking pictures and videos, the framing is really important. The tree line here leads the eye towards the hole. The water line here and the clubhouse terrace helps it, leads the eye. You draw imaginary lines to that middle portion right there. That's perspective. Even though you're looking at a flat screen, you're seeing perspective. Tree on the left there is helping you determine where is the hole. At the same time, because there's branches that are overhanging, it kind of tells you that this is the hole, whereas that's your landing zone. So I'm using it to frame the hole. At the same time, I'm using it to push you away from where you actually want to land your ball. Anyway, we're getting too much into course design and framing. This is about screenshots and videos. I hope this helps you a little bit. If you are getting into this, into taking screenshots and videos, and you're running into problems, don't hesitate to just send me a message. Send me a DM on any platform you can find me on. I'm always happy to help. I hope this is of any use to anyone who wants to promote their courses. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, hit like and subscribe. And I'm going to say bye to YouTube here.